Good morning, everyone. We'll start this podcast in another minute. Once again, a very good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India. This is Rajasekhar Kongari, equity research analyst. I've been working for the company for the last 3.5 years. A disclaimer for this podcast is that whatever the stocks we discuss are only for educational purpose and are not intended for any investment advice. So let's dive into how the Nifty is placed and what are the levels we are looking into. This is the Nifty's daily chart taken from MarketSmith India's website. Recently, we have changed the market status to confirmed uptrend around this area, when Nifty closed above its 50 DMA and given a good price action as well. Since then, you can see Nifty has been on the upward momentum. I can see clearly a 1,000-point rally has happened after we changed the market status to confirmed uptrend. It reclaimed its 100 DMA, that is a pink line, and its 200 DMA on couple of sessions back, which is a very good sign. Also, you can see for the last 3 sessions, Nifty has been, for the last 4 sessions, you can see Nifty has been closing at a day's high, and it is followed by gap up opening. That indicates a very strong follow buying happening on the index overall. On the volume front as well, you can see for the last 3 sessions, volume has been on the above average line. This is the above average line, and it is significantly higher than the above average line. This is a strong indication of accumulation happening across the stocks, talking about the major index Nifty. And coming to the order indices, you can see in yesterday, mid cap has closed 1.7% higher. Small cap also closed 1.8% higher. This indicates a broad-based buying happening in the overall Indian market. Currently, our distribution day count is at 1. We had a distribution day to around 1 week back because Nifty closed 1.2% lower on volume, higher than the previous session. Around this area, we had a distribution day, D1. In the next session as well, Nifty closed lower, but the volume was not higher than the previous session. Hence, we discarded it as a distribution day. So the count is at 1 at this particular point. There are many factors favoring us, strengthening our conviction on the rally side. So we will be adding stocks to our model portfolio, which are giving strong breakouts and strong buy points in the coming sessions as well. So let's look into major news which has happened overnight. Some of the major companies have reported their June quarter earnings. One of the major companies is ITC, major FMCG company in India. I can see revenue was up 41% year-on-year basis to 18,300 crores. PAT has also grown on the similar lines, nearly 40% to 4,200 crores. Few pointers to look into are cigarette revenues, which contribute nearly 40% to the overall revenue, is up 29% year-on-year basis to 7,400 crores. Hotel business has seen a 4-fold increase in terms of revenue generated This is because of mostly lower base effect. The last year we had COVID restrictions and hotel business was not doing well. But the hotel business has recovered sharply since then, and new bookings have been coming for the hotel. And other businesses, agri business also saw a good traction. Overall, all the segments have seen a very good growth for the company, and most of its numbers have came in above consensus estimates. We might see a stronger price action in today's session as well. If you see ITC's chart, you might observe there has been a good follow-up buying happening in the stock, and it has also broken out recently. And next is Zomato. The stock has been falling recently. From the IPO price, it has come down sharply, mostly because anchor investors lock-in period uh, is also done. So the anchor investors are also exiting the stock. It has been under selling pressure. Revenue has grown 67% year-on-year basis to 1,400 crores. Losses have contracted from 360 crore last quarter to 186 loss in this current quarter. Some other companies which are reported are Castrol India and Nerolac Paints. Some pointers you can see both these companies have given good growth in terms of revenue and PAT as well. Most of the companies have been facing cost effects, that is higher input costs because of inflation, which is there across the segments. NMDC, a major iron ore manufacturer in India, the production has come down significantly for the month of July, from 3.06 million tons to 2.05 million tons. Sales have also declined to 2.95 million tons from 3.3 million tons year-on-year basis. Pfizer has received an amount of 180 crores from Mylan because the company has sold around 6 brands to the Mylan. So the Mylan has paid its due to the company. Major companies which will be reporting today are Godrej Properties, followed by Deepak Nitrate, Adani Green, Voltas, Bank of India, Tube Investments of India. So these all stocks will be under radar today. So if you have any of these stocks in your model portfolio, please be watchful. You might see a highly volatile moves in these stocks. We have an update from the India's first 5G spectrum. These are provisional numbers. Around government is about to garner around 150,000 crores in the 5G spectrum. Around 71% of the spectrum was sold. About 51,000 megahertz portion of the total offered 72,000 megahertz portion. 71% was sold till yesterday, and it was closed. The meeting was closed yesterday. Major companies, Reliance Jio has emerged as a top bidder to consolidate its leadership position. It has taken a high amount of spectrum for around 90,000 crores, followed by Bharti Airtel for 43,000 crores. Vodafone Idea has also bought nearly 20,000 crores worth of spectrum in this current auction. Adani Group, which has entered into the spectrum for the first time, it has taken less than 1% of total spectrum of around 210 crores of spectrum. The company has the group has clearly mentioned that they are not going to offer services for the retail people. They are taking this spectrum only for enterprises solutions. According to the telecom minister, these 5G services in India will be launched by October. Last night, US markets have closed flat with a negative bias. Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq, major three indices have closed 0.1 to 0.3% lower. Asian markets have been trading significantly lower. Shanghai more than 2%, and Nikkei 1.5%, Kospi 0.7% lower. Now, there are reports that US House of Representative Nancy Pelosi is going to visit Taiwan. So these Chinese stocks are under pressure today. SGX Nifty is also indicating a muted opening for India. Yesterday, Nifty closed at 17,340 level. We might see an opening at 17,300 level, 30-40 points cut compared to yesterday's close, which is not a major decline compared to the Asian markets, which are trading more than nearly 1.5% lower. Sectoral view, you can see here, yesterday most of the sectors have closed higher, except for Nifty Pharma, which closed 0.1% lower. Major gainer was Nifty Auto, which gained 3.3%, followed by Nifty Energy, which closed 2.8% higher. Except for Nifty Energy, that is a high weightage because of Reliance, is under pressure. Apart from this, all the other sectoral indices have been in the rally market condition, which is a very good sign that broad-based rally is happening in the market. Broader indices like mid cap and small cap are also in rally, which is a very good sign. Every index is trading above its 50 DMA, which is a very good sign. Recently, Pharma also reclaimed its 200 DMA, Pharma and IT. And we want other indices to also reclaim their 200 DMS in the coming sessions. Nifty has reclaimed, and Sensex is slightly below that level. We might see a reclaim today or tomorrow, depending on the price action. So when all these indices trade above the 200 DMAs, then the constructive buying will happen, and the positive momentum will continue to be there in the market. For the chart of the day, we have picked Page Industries. Again, the disclaimer here is that we are not advising to take initiate position in this particular stock. This is just for an educational purpose for educate our participants here about the O'Neill methodology. This stock has been under our buy watch list for the last 1 week. You can see the stock has broken out recently out of its double bottom base pattern. However, the volume during the breakout was not convincing. That is the reason we have skipped this stock for addition. Apart from this, everything for this stock is looking good. EPS of 82 is very high because the company has been reporting a consistent growth in its EPS, which has grown higher double digits to triple digit, which is significantly very higher. Sales have also grown in higher double digits, which is what we want in a particular growth stock. However, the growth numbers have been slightly on the decline front. We want them to be on the accelerating front. Other key pointers are that number of funds in the stock have been increasing consistently. You can see for every quarter there is a significant addition of new funds taking a position in this particular stock. So institutional sponsorship is very crucial for a stock because in times of turbulence in the general market, these institutions will give good support for this for these stocks. You can see here when the overall market was trading below the key moving averages, this stock has been resilient and it has not traded mostly below its 200 MA. Apart from a week of trading session, apart from that, it has been resilient and traded above its 200 DMA, whereas Nifty traded around 2 to 3 months below its 200 DMA. Just for comparison. So yes, everything about this company. Price strength is also at 77. It has been making blue dots, which is a very good sign. And the RS line is also trending higher. Accumulation and distribution rating is also good at B. So everything, as mentioned, is very good coming to this stock. However, just because of not so good price volume action, we have not added this stock to our model portfolio. Currently, it is trading above its ideal buy zone, so we might skip it to our model portfolio. However, if you have this stock in your portfolio, you can continue to hold it because the stock has been under upward momentum. Thanks for joining today's pre-bell. Have a good trading session. We'll catch you again at today's after hours at 4:30.